Steve, commiserations out of the League Cup. What did you make of tonight?
Well, maybe if you split the two games in terms of the tie. Listen, we give ourselves a mountain to climb. Obviously, with what happened last week, and in terms of not getting through to the final, damage was done last week. Enough was said about that last week. I thought today was a better performance, and you know, if we have the two real good chances of the first half, and if we score one or maybe two of them, then it's obviously a different game. So one I think it seems like we're quite unlucky with, and the other's a good save. And but maybe you've got to take them opportunities as well. So, but yeah, no, a better performance, and I've got to say, you know, speaking to our supporters, if you like, that it was nice to play a bit better on a bigger stage. And you know, you've been with us where, you know, we've been on the back end of a 5-0 or a 4-0 or whatever it may be, and at least we've showed like we competed better tonight and in our way as well. So. Listen, of course you're disappointed, and there'll always be like a regret, particularly with last week, about not getting through to the final. But I think you have to take a step back for a second and go think about where we were 12 months ago. First time our younger generation has ever been able to see their team in a semi-final. I think walking to the City Ground last week would have been a nice feeling, thinking, you know, the excitement of seeing, you know, their team playing a semi-final for the first time, and it means that we are, you know, competing in the Premier League as well. So we are, you know, on an upward trajectory. What we've got to do now is take the good out of the cup run. It's been excellent to get this far, and put it into our league and keep competing and working to be the team that we really want to be.
It is important to do that, isn't it, Steve? I know it's, you know, some people will be disappointed. Probably the disappointment was last week rather than this week, but it is important to do what you've just said, to remember what an occasion this is to get to in the first place.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm disappointed, you know, because everyone, you know me, I'm a winner, and but you know, and like you said, let's not lose sight of the fact that we've done really well to get. How many teams would have loved to have played on the stage that we've played on the last couple of games? How many fans would have loved to support their teams as they did in the last couple of games? So so we should take confidence from that. Be disappointed though at the same time, and that's how it's got to be. Never get complacent, never be satisfied. Don't think a semi-final is enough. Is it progress? Yes, but is it enough? No, because there's another stage to go, and aim to be that going forward. So like I said, back to league football now, Premier League football. You know, Leeds at home. You know, we need to get ready for it. One we're looking forward to.
As far as your team is concerned tonight, you obviously had to make that change late on, because Jesse Lingard appears to have hurt himself again in the warm-up.
Yeah, he felt his Achilles, and it's a risk that he couldn't take and we couldn't take. So, unfortunate for him. These things do happen, obviously, from time to time. I'd rather it was then and not in the first 5 minutes. So, you know, we made the right call, and so did he. Disappointing for him, but actually, you know, Dennis came in. I thought the adapting was good and didn't really affect the plan. Dennis had some good moments in the game. Brennan was his usual self, his usual threatening moments. Unfortunate for Jesse, but we'll see how I don't know how bad he's going to be. We'll see over the next day or two, I guess. And like I said, I thought we managed it fairly well.
Nice moment for the two youngsters at the end. I know that, you know, the game's gone by then, obviously the tie's gone, but semi-final of the League Cup at Old Trafford, that's not a bad moment for those two, is it? No,
exactly, and like I will always give the academy hope. We will always give the academy hope if we can, and to do that is showing that we'll give them, albeit small opportunities in the first team. And I think that I've been quite mindful of the fact going into the Premier League, obviously the focus is on the first team and trying to get results, but that can sometimes come at a cost for opportunities for young players. So it's nice that we did it in the FA Cup with Billy. It's nice that a couple of guys got some run-outs tonight. There's probably a couple of guys who've gone on loan thinking that could have been me, young lads. But I think it's a nice message for the young kids in the academy, thinking that if they do well and they work hard, then there'll be opportunities.
Best part of 7,000 Forest fans here tonight.
Yeah, and the noisiest fans as well in the stadium. So thank you again.
And at the end as well, Steve. You know, they just lost the semi-final, and you know they're much louder than United, who are going to Wembley.
Yeah, I know, and I think that the club's really together at the moment, really together, and it's brilliant to be part of it. But it just makes me feel so motivated to do well, and just to keep the upward trajectory going. And that's why we got to get back to work tomorrow, look no further than Leeds, and be ready for it. And that's what we'll be, because these fans are being unconditional. Not these ones, the ones back there in the away end. Yeah. So that's now. Let's get back on the bus. Let's get back to Nottingham and let's get back to work.
Just one more, and I know we'll talk perhaps in more depth about this before the game against Leeds, but in terms of the transfer window, the business you did yesterday, how happy are you with where you are at the end of January?
Well, yeah, we'll talk about it more in a couple of days, because I think it was obviously a hectic day for the club yesterday, and then with the game today, I've got to be honest, I knew what was going on, obviously, what they were telling me what they were doing, but I was focused on the game as well. So listen, we've got to get some players back from injury as well, and whatever teams we feel is right to go on games, we've got good options now to try and put in good performances to win games. So we need competition in places. We need strength and depth. When I repeat, when some guys come back from injury as well, been unfortunate with that. We will have that competition. So let's hope it helps us going forward.
Safe trip home, Steve.
You too, Colt.